should be around here. Give me some space. I'll activate the water insulating mechanism.
The what?
Alain, much like Renee, had long predicted that the water levels in Fontaine would rise. Thanks to his expertise in mechanics, he was able to implement a few simple measures to protect our home from flooding. I told him there was no need, that I would just move when the water rose too high. But it would seem he knew a day like this would come. All right, the silt has been cleared away. Go activate the mechanism for the first sluice gate. That will fill the empty middle chamber with water. All right, now turn on the drainage mechanism in front of the second sluice gate, and this chamber will become empty once again.
So, this is where you used to live? It's beautiful! There's even a garden!
Back when I lived here, it was my job to tend to the potted plants and flower beds. Still growing strong even after all this time. Who would have thought? If the weather was nice, I would take Alain out in his wheelchair and we would go for a walk. Before long, we started bringing Polonia along too. Come to think of it, I was the only one who could get around easily back then. Polonia always got stuck at some point, and it was up to me to launch a rescue mission. Happy. I suppose they were. Uneventful, but pleasant. Repetitive, but peaceful. It was like living in a world where time didn't exist. Of course, that was all just an illusion. Death still awaits all of us at the end.
Oh.
All right, enough standing around. Let's head inside. Yep, this place is exactly how I left it. Nothing has changed. What is it? Huh? How did you get... Oh, Arlecchino gave it to you, didn't she? And you... read the whole thing. Just so you know, a lot of that was written a long time ago. At that very desk, to be exact. Anyway, since you've already read it, you should just hold on to it. I can always start a new one. Well, feel free to look around. I'm going to start looking for the gift Alain mentioned. Oh, but be careful with the stuff around here. I'm not saying you can't touch anything. Just try not to choke on the dust. Polonia. Oh, I played with these when I was little. During the first few months after I was created, I mean. At first, Alain and I would play together, but it didn't take long for me to become unbeatable. So, Polonia and I played together instead.
Yeah, these don't look like Paimon's kind of games.
Logic and math puzzles? Those happen to be my specialty. It's been so long. What do you say? Should we play a few rounds? Let's go with this one. The gears on the left are stacked from largest to smallest. The goal is to move them to the other side in the fewest number of moves. Just remember, you can't stack a bigger gear on top of a smaller one. Looks like it took you a few extra moves. My first attempt was the same. You'll get better with practice. Well, what did you think of the game? You showed quite a bit of promise, too. We should do this again sometime. There are other puzzles we could try. Oh, these are some of Alen's drafts from his later years. Just casual doodles, really. And these are just some unimportant letters. I couldn't be bothered to sort through them before I left.
The people in this picture look kind of familiar.
Oh, this was taken when Alen and Renee were both still at the Fontaine Research Institute. Before their falling out. In his later years, Alen would often sit by the fireplace and stare at this picture, wearing an expression somewhere between guilt and longing. He said he sometimes regretted not helping his friend when he needed it most, even if just to stop him. This was Alen's workbench. Later on, of course, it became mine. It's where both Polonia and I were brought to life. Before Alen was bedbound, this is where he would teach me about mechanics. I would sit and listen, chiming in with questions here and there. Later on, when he got too sick, I took over and would work on Polonia here.
Wow! This house is filled with so many memories! It's so cozy and charming.
You should have seen it in its prime, when people actually lived here. A lit fireplace, a steaming cup of coffee. That's the real deal. You know, we also used to have a mechanical piano that Alen built.
Ooh! How chic!
Alen never played it much. He probably wasn't able to at that point. But I managed to teach myself. Music theory is essentially math, after all. Once you learn the patterns, it's not really that difficult. I loved perusing Helen's collection of classical music. The chords and harmonies felt like individual mathematical puzzles. It was fascinating, so I did some composing as well. But as Helen continued to deteriorate, even the sound of music began to grate on his nerves. So I got rid of the piano.
Aww.
Back then, I assumed a piano was like an ordinary clothing rack, commonplace in every home and easily replaceable. It was only after I left that I realized how hard a good piano is to find. Enough about that. Helen's gift should be just in here. The only things undisturbed before I left were a few of his personal belongings. Wait, there's a hidden compartment at the back of this box. Looks like it's locked with some kind of gear mechanism. Knowing you, Ellen, I'm guessing it goes like this, then like this. Got it. Am I a genius or what? Let's see here. A box?
Well, you gonna open it?
It's heavier than I was expecting. Just how much stuff is in here? A letter? And a bunch of junk underneath it. None of it seems that important. Wait a second. This should be it.
Oh, a cube?
It's a multi-dimensional algorithmic core. Ellen would use it to store information. Only Polonia and I have access. All right, I'll start looking into the core and the letter. Feel free to go through the rest of the stuff and see if there's anything useful.
Okay. Hold on. There's another picture in here. This one has writing on the back.
A snapshot of you playing among the plants shortly after you were born. You seem to like these flowers a lot. May you grow and flourish just as they do.
Huh?
Wow! Look how happy you are in this picture. You've changed a lot since then, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that you come off kind of aggressive sometimes. Or, you know, annoyed at everyone around you.
Well then, people should stop being so annoying. It's not like I'm the one with the problem.
Of course not. Oh, here's something else. Looks like a piece of paper torn out from somewhere. Today, I solved another math puzzle and made a breakthrough on a construction problem the Institute has been stuck on for years. Am I a genius or what?
No, wait, that's
From now on, I should have people address me as Her Highness the Clockwork Princess, Unraveler of all reason.
No, nope. No more of that. I thought I tore this page out.
You wrote this? Then how did it get... Wait, there's more writing at the bottom.
You seem to have developed a distaste for this particular entry, considering I found it in the trash. I'm sorry, but I could not help but hold on to it. Forgive me.
Helen! Don't be embarrassed. Everyone goes through a phase like that.
Nonsense. I wasn't even the one who wrote that. It must have been Polonia. That's enough. I told you it was Polonia. You know what? We're done with this. No more rifling around in the box. Just put it down and let me read the letter. to my little clockwork princess.
Not another word. Got that?
If you're reading this,
You've most likely received the gift I left for you. I just hope you didn't stumble across all this while cleaning out my effects or something trivial like that. I once asked if there was something you wished for. Do you remember that? I wonder if time has changed your answer. Regardless, I have another gift. A formula that will allow you to come face to face with the anomaly inside of you. If you even still call her that. Why this gift? To understand that, allow me to wax poetic on the soul once again. I would ask you to stick with me until the end, but I know you will. You always have. I believe a person should be born twice over in their lifetime. First, there's the birth that grants us life. Then, the birth of the soul. It's a matter of transforming the life bestowed upon us into the life we choose for ourselves. And to do that, we must look inward. We must make a conscious choice to define the meaning of our life instead of allowing the happenstance of our existence to pass us by. This is the process of recognizing the soul that lives within us. You are my proudest masterpiece. I told you that long ago. But to me, you have never been a creation or a machine. To me, you're just like the rest of us. You have a heart. In fact, some theories think of the human brain as nothing more than a machine, and thought the product of its computations. So you see, perhaps we're not so different after all. Your inner machinery is just far more advanced than most. No matter how one looks at it, the heart is a complex thing, a place where logic and reason collide with our emotions. Your computational capacity allowed you to become sentient and develop logical reasoning, but it also granted you something that, on the surface, might seem contradictory. Emotion. Emotions and logic often clash with each other, and those instances of discord can accumulate over time. That is the source of what you refer to as the anomalies within you. As you told me once, you've always known what you don't want, yet you've never wished for anything in particular. Similar to how a blind person can feel when a part of their body is in pain without being able to fully visualize its form, such is your relationship with your soul. So, what I leave you now is this: a formula that will allow you to see the shape of your soul. For if you want to protect your heart, you must first be able to recognize it within yourself.
of course, whether you use it is entirely up to you. You are, and always have been, free to do as you wish. Regardless, whether by my formula or some other means, I trust you will know your heart one day. You always were a fast learner, and the smartest person I've ever known. Ellen.
Oh.
I'm fine. I've already figured out how this formula works. Let's get out of here and then we can use it.
You made up your mind already? You're gonna do it?
Why wouldn't I? Resolving the anomalies within my core is the reason I came here in the first place. No, I can do this on my own. But, do you want to watch?
What do you mean?
I already know what anomaly I need to resolve. Like Alen said, she's an amalgamation of all the times my logic algorithms have clashed with my emotions.
And by resolve, you mean that literally, or...
Yes.
But if you, let us in like that, wouldn't that mean letting us see a bunch of your, you know, inner thoughts and secrets?
If what Alen said is true, then I'm about to be... born anew. Or whatever. This is your chance to be lucky enough to witness it. Besides, you already read my whole diary. When it comes to keeping my innermost thoughts to myself, well, I think that ship has sailed.
You're really sure about this?
How many times do I have to say it? I finally let you in as, friends, and you want to question it. I'm not gonna offer a second time. Enough with the mushy stuff. Just follow me.